We love summertime for many reasons, but we also know and recognize it takes a lot of energy to survive the whole summer with a house full of kids. So with just a few weeks left, we have the boost you need to keep that energy up. Studio 5 contributor and author Connie Sokol has 4 ways to help moms recharge. It's kind of mom's version of the summer slide, right? Yeah. You feel it start to go, 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 and you're sort of losing it.
Oh yeah, and you feel it. Like the moms I'm talking to, they're just like, I'm so tired and I don't know why I'm tired. And I think we as moms do not understand how much energy, it's like amperage that's going out all day long of the emotional and the physical and the running around, but then the connecting, and there's no real downtime that you can count on. And so it's wonderful, but it's a different schedule. And so we have to recognize I'm putting out a lot of energy.
So much of mom's time on a daily basis goes to family and kids and those responsibilities, especially in the summer when you're trying to jam pack in all of this fun for the kids and for the family. You say you can't neglect yourself and your own needs.
Yes, and I was talking to a friend the other day and it just hit me. She said that she had the same issue and she had been encouraged to boldly ask for what she needed. And I thought, that's it, right there. We think as moms, well, can't everybody see how busy this is? And there's only one of me and there's like 9 of you. And, but it's being asked, it's asking for what you need. And whether it's 15 minutes to rest, help with dinner, a child doing an errand for you, an older child instead of you. Just yesterday, 3 of my kids, darling, they wanted to do different things. And my older son happened to be home, so I just enlisted him. He took one and then did errands on the way, and then I could focus on the other 2 plus the other ones that I had. And that just made all the difference. So it's this asking, it's adjusting, it's recognizing, oh, I'm putting out a lot of energy. Debbie Silver, who is the author of A Cup of Mojo, talks about having extra time at night to try to go to bed, even if it's a half hour or an hour earlier, for just a couple of nights in a row. And I know summer, it's like, can make you laugh. But if you can even do half an hour or 15 minutes, or say, everybody, educational show on for half an hour, mom's going to rest before I go to sleep, you will be amazed how quickly you'll get that energy back, and then you'll wake up in the morning more refreshed rather than, oh, I could sleep in for an hour.
And I love the encouragement to ask with boldness what you need of those you love in your own family circle, but there's a certain bravery that comes from asking outside of that circle, neighbors, girlfriends, if you need a half hour here or there, just asking moms, fellow moms, for that helping hand.
Absolutely, and being open about it, and then saying, how can I trade with you? And that connection too is so huge. Just having time with other women. And this is not just a touchy-feely thing that we kind of think, oh, well, if I get time for. Research is backing this up, that women who have more women connection with friends, they have lower cortisol, they have higher self-esteem, they have less issues as far as they feel more control over their lives. There's just this huge thing, but in the summer it takes such a hit because it's all family function. We think, oh, at the reunion I'm gonna chat with people, but you're busy with kids or planning. So make that time, even if it's a 15-minute phone call with a friend, 1 call, that's all. But even if it's a 15-minute phone call and say, I need a boost. My friend called the other day and she said basically that very thing, I need a boost, let's get together. And we went to the splash pad and we knew it was gonna be staccato, back and forth, kids would be in and out.
Yeah.
But we got enough of a boost that we could laugh. We had our babies with us, we were laughing, chatting. By the time we got done, we were both like, okay, you know, we're back in the ring. So.
Well, I was going to ask you about that. Does play group count? Does time at the splash pad count when your attention is divided between other kids and other responsibilities?
You know, it really is, because even though you think, oh, I'm not gonna be able to talk, and you still get that kind of, the neuron, proton, whatever it is that, you know, that they're kind of bouncing together. You get that touch, that connection, you get those eyeballs, you get that, I know, and you're doing great, and hang in there, and this is wonderful. And you feel that joy again of your children because you see her with her kids, and you're like, oh, this is so great. We're all in the mix. But if you can, even a half-hour smoothie break that you're like, okay, I'm dropping off, I'm picking up, in between I got a half an hour, all right, meet you at Jamba.
Go.
You know, that's exactly it. And then you got eyeballs, you got feedback, wow, you are recharged and you're refilled.
And next on your list is to boost emotional connections. We've kind of, I think, spoken to that a little bit. What are some other ways women, in an effort to recharge at the last leg of summer, can boost those emotional connections throughout their day?
A great way is to do it with that mental as well. You know, like I notice with my kids, I'm really careful about them having that power hour every day, and they're reading and their math. And I'm like, oh, wait a minute, where's my, you know, stimulation? Yeah, where's that reading time for me? I need to sit down and try to do some reading in that too. And we have had some great experiences. We do these simple biographies, the kids' biographies. I love biographies, but who has time to read these thick things?
Right.
So we get the kids' ones where it has this just down and dirty stories about people. And the other day, I picked up one on Ella Fitzgerald, and we're sitting reading, and I'm reading through this amazing story. It talks about her first time singing, and she was doing this contest and is in front of all these people, and she was in army boots, and she was homeless, and her voice cracked, and they were about to boo her off the stage, and then the MC said, give her another chance. And she just gave it loudly, and she sang, and it was this amazing experience. And I'm reading through this, and I'm like, oh my gosh, listen to this, and and we're sharing and bonding.
You're doing this with your kids.
With my kids. And so whether it's with adults or whether it's with your kids, my older son the other day was asking about his college class, and they were talking about male and female roles in the media and how it's being portrayed. He's eating cereal and I'm cleaning up, and we had a 20-minute awesome discussion. And I could get some mom stuff in there without sounding preachy, but it was great that we had this connection. So keep those emotional bonds, that stimulation, that connection of stuff you're reading, stuff you're experiencing, and sharing together.
In talking to a few of my girlfriends as they approach this last leg of summer, they all echo the same sentiment, and that is almost this anticipation of guilt. Like, I am going to cram every last minute of fun and snow cones and park time that I can. And that kind of goes against what we're saying, to recharge and to breathe. So how can you fight against that desire to pace it faster?
Oh, yes, fight the tide. Say, I'm still in summer and we're already planning back to school shopping, and I'm like, stop. But just that feeling of, the summer is what it is this year. I thought of all the things that we were going to accomplish and do, and you know what? We've just done this and cherry picked and done great. So just take it as it is and enjoy the teaching moments as they are. Just let that go and say, next summer we'll do those things. Just the other day, something so simple, but I ripped 2 places in my shirt, and I was started to sew, and one of the things I want to teach them was some life skills this summer. And I was starting to sew it, and I thought, my girls are right there in the room, and I said, hey, come on over, 5 minutes. And it was not like the most amazing teaching experience ever, but I showed them how to do it and helped them pull through the needle. I feel stellar, Mom. They just learned a life skill, technically. Okay, so we crossed that off. But just as it's coming to the end of summer, still soak it in. The other morning, I wanted to get up early and do these projects. It's just not working.
No.
But the other morning, my sweet baby had slept in, and it doesn't happen very often. And I was gonna get up, and I thought, I'm gonna use the sleeping time, and then he kind of woke up, and he kind of reached for me, and I was like, I'm undone. I just scooped him in like a warm bag of sugar and just went, oh, and just cuddled. Soak in those final moments of summer, because the structure will be here soon and relentless. So just soak it in and take the moments as they are.
Oh, I get tingles when I hear you talk. You just have that way of pulling in the inspiration in the right way. Connie, thank you. If you want more of Connie's insightful strategies, go to her website, ConnieSokol.com. While you're there, sign up for her weekly newsletter, and you can get little doses of this mommy boost all year long. Well,